Hello. This is just going to be a quick guide, this is a quick walkthrough guide on how to use a spreadsheet. A lot of stuff going on, so pay attention. I'm only explaining this once, but you can obviously rewind the video, so that's probably not too much of an issue. Without further ado, let's go. So, first section, when you're putting in your order or putting in a new listing or a new print, you want to keep these numbers unique because this is going to be refer back to in another spreadsheet, specifically the client tracker. So number one's already taken, so we're just going to do number two. What are we going to make? I don't know. Let's do the flexi dyno. And let's say we want to make 3, so you put that there. I don't know how long it's really going to take, so I'm just going to put like a random number, so let's assume it's going to take 5 hours. Let's say it actually took like 5 hours and 45 minutes, so I put the actual time that it took to print. So this here takes the difference between the actual time and the estimated time to get our 45. All of this information is going to be used later on, so don't worry. Let's say the slicer estimated like 100 grams filament. Let's choose our color. This is based off of whatever is in the material tracker, which we'll get to soon. We're going to choose white, and then these options are material type again. We'll go to the material tracker and see where all that information is coming from. We're going to choose PLA again, and then here comes the interesting part. We have multiple different pricing rates. We have standard, special, discount, personal, sample, benchmark. To do the automated quoting, you can only use the standard and special. You have 2 options. Discount, you can set your own price elsewhere in the spreadsheet. Personal, you're not auto generating a quote. Sample, also you're not generating a quote for that. Benchmark, same thing, you're not generating a quote. So right now, let's say a client wants this. We're using PLA, so we're going to choose a standard price. So that would mean that our price for like three flexi dynos is going to be like $9.50. The material cost is $1.70. So then you take the $9.50 minus $1.70 equals your profit of $7.81. So that's that. To go into the pricing a little bit more. Actually, before that, I'll probably just show you the difference in pricing. So you have the standard one right now, and if you switch it over to special, it's $13.25. So you're pretty flexible in getting different pricing based on what profile you want. So to change these or alter these rates, you can go over to this section. You have initial setup cost for both the standard and the special filament to be $2.50 right now. You can alter that, change it to 5. You see the first listing or first print is now $6.50, and this is now up to $12. You have $10.31 in profit. Cool. I'm gonna change it back, and then right here you can also change your rate. So right now for standard filament it's $1.25 per hour. I'm just going to change this to, I don't know, $2.50 just for the fun of it. And you see how that updates the values here. So that's been changed. I'm going to change that back. And then you have the price per unit. So the more dynos you print, the more money that's going to be generated, or more cost. So I'm going to change that value to 10. And you see the quote change to $11.25 because we're printing 10 more dynos. Or 10 dynos. So those are the variables that affect the price. You have you have those 2 options, standard filament and special filament. Then you have other rates, so you can just like test values and whatnot based off of different things that you decide to print and you want to like figure out like a reasonable pricing. Yeah, you can do that. And then right here, this section here allows you to actually just test that without actually having to put in all this information down here. Yeah, you can just see you can just play around with the pricing right here. Yeah. As for the information that you put in here, all of it or majority of it gets used here to like show you the analytics. So right now we have the total hours printed, so 7 hours and 15. That basically just sums up the actual time spent, so the 5 hours and 45, 30, and everything else that's in this column gets put over here. Quantity of items printed takes from here 1 and 3, that's 4. Filament use 110, that's that value. Then your average time difference, so basically these values here summed up and divided by however many that are there. And total number of orders, you have 2. Yep, 2 orders right there. 2 standard orders, and then you could also change that. I'll just change that to special. So now you have 1 standard, 1 special. Updates instantly. You can also change that to discounts. You have 1 standard order, 1 discount order. Keep track of all that information. Same with the personal prints, your benchmark prints, whatnot. This is just going to affect that number. You can keep track of what you're doing there. Right. Next, we have this section right here. This is just for electrical stuff, or figuring out your electrical costs, sorry. So you probably just go to your printer, figure out your device wide, like how much watts your printer is rated for, put that value here. And then, yeah, you can do some fun stuff and calculate how much power you're using based off of the actual time that your printer's been running for. And that value gets put here. To do the calculations on that, you can probably just like find your energy bill and find your on peak, mid peak, off peak, and just put these rates right here. And then that, based off of that, that'll calculate your electrical costs, which I think is just all these values divided by 3. So just like the average of that. Your average electrical cost just gets put here. Material cost, that's obviously based off of the material that you used. Yeah, so 110 grams, that's like $1.86 worth of material. You can see that going out. And then we're talking about like the different pricing rates, right? So you have the standard filament and you have a special filament. Right now it's on standard filament, so that's basically summing up the $4 and the $9.50, but it's equal to $13.50. But if I switch that, revenue for special filament is $13.25, and the other one's $4 now. So basically you can see like which one's generating you more money, or which rate is being applied more often, and you can see how much money you're generating of that. And then you have your setup cost, which is just how many unique orders you have. That's $5. You can see how much money you're making off based off of like the amount of, or the quantity of items that you're printing. That's that. And then you can see your immediate profit from your prints, but then you can also see like the overall profit because you had to spend money on the spool, so that is taken into account right here. This will be positive once you make enough sales, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about the negative number. Over here, this is where you track your material. So let's start over here. So you have your type of material, PLA, matte, natural, put in your color, you put in how much grams are in the spool. So typically it's 1,000 grams. You put in your brand name, the quantity that you bought, the cost of the item, and then based off of that, and then based off the quantity number, these update. So 2 of that, 30, item cost 30, 60 in total. Just to keep that in mind. And actually, I think the default is 1,000, so don't change this unless you need to. But the default's 1,000, so that should be fine. Anyways, yeah, that calculates the cost. So 30, 30. You bought 2 of those. 60. I live in Canada right now, so we have GST, HST, so that's just the tax applied to that. You could play around with these values, like match wherever you live. I don't know. You can adjust these values there. This is the number of like spools bought. So you bought 2. Average spool expense 33.9. Cost per gram. Basically taking this value, multiplying it by however many grams, and that's the material cost. Yep. So this section right here for standard and special filament. Right. Down here, there's some filament that you can buy, but there's only like 0.5 kilograms of filament, or 500 grams. You can put that here, specifically for that. I just added that because I don't know. I just saw it. I saw it on the market. Thought I'd try to take into account of that. And down here, this section is pretty similar, but this is for spools of filament that have already been used, so you don't really know you don't know like the actual amount of filament that's on it. So basically, you can just show basically just sum up how much filament is being utilized. Sorry, this section is specifically for the unknown usage of the filament. This right here showcases the percentage of the spool that's been used. So sorry, this is white. Material used 110. 110 right here. So 1,000 minus 110 is 890. So then that shows spool left of 89%. And black, we didn't use black, so it's still at 100% and whatnot. And that's what this section here shows. And then down here tells you how much the spool's been used, but we don't know what you started off with, so it'll just show how much of that material was used for this section. Okay. And then right here, this also takes some inspiration from the print log, or not inspiration, but basically it shows you which print, or what was the name? What material type is more popular. So as you can see, PLA, we have 2 orders on the other side that are PLA, so that's that. And yeah, and basically just figure out which one's more popular. Is PTG popular? Is the wood type filament popular? Is the PLA popular? This is just like just numbers, so you can see if it's popular or not, you know. And then this is the client section. So this is where I said the what's it called? The product order number is important, and you should keep it unique because you can reference the information like the quantity and the time spent on the print by just inputting the number here. So I put 2. He had a 3 quantity. 3 dynos are printed. 5 hours. And this is for a customer 2 or whatever the name is. Description, or a short description right here. Then you can also put like the date requested. So yeah, put that, and then you can say like, oh, it's been like I don't know, 11 days since the item's been requested. So that'll kind of keep you on your toes, so you realize like, oh, I haven't actually like done this print, so I should probably get onto it because it's been like 11 days. That's just to like put it in front of you, so you don't just like forget. Like, I don't know. Then you can put your order status. So you can do in progress, completed, delivered, on hold, canceled, yada yada. Just keep you organized. Oh, and then also put the rate. Yeah, you have the rate here, a rate type. This your quote, and this is what I was talking about before, where you can adjust the price. So if you put like discounted, and then you adjust the price here, this price here will add on to your profit or whatever. But I can't do that because on the other sheet I set it standard, so it actually has a quote price. So that's that. Then you could also put in your fees. I don't know. You're on Etsy, yeah, fees. You're selling it on there or something. I don't know. This is just another section to add more flexibility and whatnot. And then you have your turnaround time. So anything that's like over 7 days, you can adjust this value. But anything over 7 days, it'll be red. If it's less than 7 days, it'll be orange. Yeah, that's orange. And then here again, it just shows your revenue, and then shows your actual profit. So I think that's a good enough rundown. If you want to add like different I don't know, different material types for like the standard or special, or if you want to switch stuff over from your special category to your standard, you can just change it here. I'm gonna add or take away or add, or I don't know. Yep, you can just well, I guess you probably don't need to change these, but you can like add stuff here for the different colors or material types. But yep, I think that is a good enough video, and I am tired. Oh my god.